gosh, first real snowstorm of the year. See how the F-150 does in the snow. I've never had it out. We'll see how these hand-cooked tires do. The back end looks to be a little light, so we'll see if we can get any traction. I think it's time to free up some space in the garage so I can get the truck inside and I don't have to scrape the windows anymore. This is shot 2 on trying to test my F-150 in the snow. I went out here earlier this year and tried to do a test, and I kind of ran out of snow, and it wasn't good conditions, so I had to wait 70 days for the next snowstorm here in Colorado, believe it or not. But we're going to take the 2017 F-150 out. This is a new aluminum body truck. It's a couple 100 pounds lighter than the steel body truck, and see how it does in the snow. I anticipate that the back end will be really light and loose, and we may have to go find some sand to weight the bed down. So here we go. Let's get in the truck and go for a drive. All right, so we got about, I don't know, maybe 3, maybe 4 inches of snow overnight here in northern Colorado. Kind of a average snowfall for around the country. I think we usually average between 4 to 6 inches here, but let's see, it's a decent amount of snow. Got a camera out here on the wheels so we can see how much slippage we get. I've got it in 2-wheel drive. This 2017 Ford comes with 2 high and 4 high. I don't have the 4 automatic that comes in on the Lariat package, but I do have the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6, and I'm running the Hankook tires. I'll put a link to the Hankooks that I've got on here. They look pretty nice. They're the 20-inch tires, and like I said, this is the aluminum body truck, so it gets pretty light in the rear end. I want to say it's something like 500 or 600 pounds lighter than the steel body truck, and you can notice it. So I think we're going to get some slippage here. Obviously, this V6 can overwhelm the back tires whenever you want, but if you drive responsibly, we'll have to see how the traction control and the stability control work together on this truck. So like I said, we're driving around in 2-wheel drive through the neighborhood here, and we'll try to get on it here on a right-hand turn and see what happens. And sure enough, we are sliding all over the place. So yeah, we can absolutely overwhelm the back end in this truck, no problem. But we're going to go ahead and switch to 4 high here. You can switch on the fly. And for those of you that have a 4-wheel drive but never put it in 4-wheel drive, I don't know what you're saving it for. That's what you bought the 4-wheel drive for, so go ahead and use it. And here we go. Quite a difference there, I think. Got my son Braden here. He's home from college. He's going to be doing some driving for me here. But quite a difference between 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, don't you think?
Very drastic difference.
But in a truck like this that has 3.5 liter EcoBoost, 385 horsepower, you've got to be kind of judicious with the throttle. Modulate it. Don't just mash it, because you can overwhelm this truck in a real hurry. I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna spin the camera around, if we can spin the camera around for you guys. Get some front view. Kind of see what we're driving through here. Oh, and someone plowed a bunch of snow in the street. All right.
Quite the drastic difference between 2-wheel and 4-wheel on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a nice little 4-wheel Tokyo drift. But the traction control is not so intrusive that it actually shuts down any kind of, I don't know, spirited driving that you want to do, but it's good enough that it keeps the car pretty well pointed straight. Having grown up driving in snow pretty much all my life, I can say this truck does really well. I have had cars before that have such intrusive traction control systems that pretty well shut down any kind of fun that you want to have. kind of almost takes the driving out of your hands. This one is benign enough that you can actually still drive the car while still feeling the system working behind you. So I think it's a nice blend between intrusive car controls and giving the driver some control over what the car is doing. So we're going to switch back to 2 here and see what happens. Well, and that's a whole different story. Yeah, so yeah, if you have one of these trucks, be sure to use 4-wheel drive. Like I said, if you have the Lariat and you have 4A, that may be the best choice for you in moderate conditions. But if you're on a road like this, as you can see from the video, it is completely snow-packed. Go ahead and shift it into 4H. Just give you a good peace of mind. Yeah, because it's altogether different. Another video. All right, so after driving the truck around the neighborhood, it's determined that I think some sand is going to help the truck out. So we picked up 300 pounds of Quikrete tube sand. There's my trusty helper. We're going to load it. We're going to put it as far back in the truck as we can, get it as far back over the rear axle as we can. So 300 pounds over the back end should help immensely. So we'll get that loaded up and we'll go and drive around. And hey, if you got a son that owes you some chores, bring him along too. I knew one day this would pay off.
How many drive?
5 60-pound tubes. 6 times 5, 300 is 300 pounds. We'll see how 300 pound does. All right, go back out and drive it. Back over here on some snow-packed roads. We've got 300 pounds of sand in the back of the truck. We're in 2-wheel drive with the traction control on, and all I can say is that that 300 pounds has turned this 2-wheel drive from absolutely useless into completely marginal. So yeah, the weight undoubtedly helps this car out. I think that aluminum bed really is, as much as an advantage in the summer and towing and whatnot. In the winter, you need that weight over the back end. So yeah, if you've got one of these new aluminum body Ford F-150s, I would say get at least 300 pounds of weight to put in the back of it. Be money well spent. I think it's $24. And like I said, 2-wheel drive's gone from useless to marginal. But if you have the 4-wheel drive, like I said earlier, I can't stress enough, go ahead and shift it in 4-wheel drive. That's what you got the truck for. Anyway, the hand-cooked tires, they did good. The F-150 actually really surprised me in the snow. It does really well, like I said, keep it in 4-wheel drive. You also have the rear differential lock that you can use. Go ahead and use that if you're in really deep snow. Don't use that rolling down the highway at all. I think it's good for 22 or 30 miles an hour or something. So yeah, if you're going really slow in deep snow, go ahead and pull the differential lock, but otherwise you can go ahead and leave that turned off and just keep it in 4-wheel drive. Anyway, that's kind of the review of the 2017 F-150 in snow. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm pleased with its performance. Ready to take it out on any kind of road that I run across. And enjoy. If you liked the video, please subscribe. If you want to, give me a thumbs up. It helps people find us and brings us more content. We'll talk to you guys later.